What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Vibez. Welcome back to the channel. We have some more Call of Duty World War II, and I've been busy lately. That's why I missed 5 days of uploading. I'm sorry about that. I'll try to, create an upload schedule. I try to upload only on the weekend because my schedule during the weekdays is hectic. So I'll try to bring a video out on the weekend just until I can finish up doing what I'm doing. Then I'll be back full time. So let's get into it. I was playing Call of Duty World War II and I unlocked the diamond camel. And I gotta say, the rifles in this game weren't as hard as I thought they were gonna be. The FG42 and the SVT, those are the hardest ones, especially if you're trying to get diamond camo. Those are gonna be the hardest ones, because I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but the SVT is kind of off in Call of Duty World War II. The iron sights are kind of off with the weapon, which meaning that when you shoot, the actual iron sights of the weapon is kind of lower down compared to when you shoot. So when you shoot, the bullet is actually coming out lower than it's supposed to be. And I believe that's one of the reasons why the SVT performed like how it does in Call of Duty World War II, because the weapon is kind of off. And Sledgehammer Games is aware, and I think they're trying to fix it. Don't get me lying, I don't know what Sledgehammer Games is capable of doing. I don't know what they got in mind, but the YT-GhostFace was one of the easiest ones. The bar was one of the easiest ones. I would have to say that the M1A1 carbine and most of the M1A1 carbine and the M1 Garand, I would have to say that those are some of the easiest semi-automatics compared to the SVT. The M1 Garand, I thought it was going to give me a hard time because the gun has a lot of recoil. It has a lot of kick to it, especially when you're trying to go for long shots. So if you guys are grinding for diamond camo right now, you're having problems with your assault rifles, I strongly recommend that you go to the hardcore domination. Now I know a lot of you guys like to play war, but trust in me, when I tell you play hardcore domination, it's actually very good. And here's why. You're gonna find a lot of players standing still in hardcore domination. You're gonna find a lot of players not even paying attention to you, and you can sneak up behind them. I encourage that you run mountain division, especially when running with the semi-automatic rifles, because it's gonna be hard. Trust me. With the SVT, it has almost no well, I ain't gonna say it has no recoil, but you shouldn't have no problem getting headshots with it. I say slap that baby on with a 4x optic. I think that's what you should run with all the rifles, especially if you're going for diamond camo with the headshots. Run the 4x optic. It helps, trust me. And run mountain division so you can sneak up behind them and get those easy little cheeky little headshots. Trust me. Alright, and here's the next thing I recommend. For the YT-GhostFace, this is strictly for the YT-GhostFace. Just because this is a versatile rifle, which meaning that it doesn't have a lot of kick to it as all the other rifles in the game. So when I say this, I want you guys to play war with this rifle. You don't want to play hardcore. Don't get me wrong, hardcore, nothing wrong with it, but if you play war, Operation Breakout, when they're building a bridge, all you do is camp back, sit back, pick them off in the window. It'll be a lot easier to get headshots with the YT-GhostFace from a distance than up close. And in hardcore, you're not gonna really get that because they're gonna melt you. They're gonna melt you. Hardcore, people don't move. And with the YT-GhostFace, you have to move, you have to run, you have to get out here, and you have to get these headshots. So with the YT-GhostFace, I highly recommend you play war. Now with the M1A1 carbine, all these semi-automatic rifles in the game, you got to be patient. You're gonna get BS'd. You're gonna get blew up by so many nades. You're gonna get cheated. You're gonna get cheated out some headshots because the game is inconsistent at some. And sometimes it's very inconsistent. But you have to be patient, especially with the SVT-100. I think that's I would say the rifle didn't start giving me problems till I got to the bloodthirsty medals. Oh my God, those dreaded bloodthirsty medals with the SVT. That gave me problems. And I say it because the rifle has a lot of kick to it from a distance. And I was playing with a whole, and skill-based matchmaking is in Call of Duty World War II. And I was in lobbies with people who would jump shot 360 no scoping me everywhere. And I gotta say, the rifle gave me problems. I will always die 4 off, 3 off. Both are light, I will always die. So you have to be patient, especially with the SVT. because the rifle is off, it's kind of broken, and Sledgehammer is aware. I don't know if they're gonna fix it or not, or if it's too late, but be patient. The M1A1 carbine, it has 0 recoil. It's not gonna give you nearly as many problems as the SVT will, trust me. The M1A1 is a very, very good rifle, especially going for headshots, and I would recommend, because there is a problem with aim assist in this game. There's a huge problem with it. So I would recommend, when you're using these semi-automatic rifles, go to the firing range in headquarters. Aim for the head. Move your ADS, whatever. Move the little cursor to the head in the firing range, and practice that. Practice so every time you get inside of a game, you would know that's where the head is gonna be. So you want to make sure when you ADS, you want to make sure you're already at the height to get a headshot with the semi-automatics, because it's kind of tricky. Sometimes you should get headshots and they don't register for a headshot. Sometimes, you know, the game BS you. So, like I say, go to the firing range, practice shooting at the head so you can get the feel of it. And then when you go against these moving targets, when you go against these people, you won't have that problem. So, with that being said, I will have to say, I don't know what they did to the FG42, but the gun is very inconsistent. Like I say, that was one of my hardest rifles to get gold. And you may be like, wow, you suck, bro, because it's an automatic rifle. It should be one of the easiest ones to get gold, but I highly doubt it, because the FG42 is very inconsistent at times. It really is. You shoot people in the head, sometimes your bullets don't register, and with Sledgehammer, they already nerfed the fire rate of the FG42. It makes it even harder for you to get those cheeky little headshots. They nerfed the fire rate and increased recoil. So now, this is what I recommend you run on the FG42. Recommend you run the standard reflex. Do not run the 4X optic, because for some weird reason, when you equip the 4-time optic, it makes the sight jiggle a lot. Now that may not make no type of sense, but it makes the sight jiggle a lot. And when I say jiggle, I mean when you sway from left to right in World War II with a 4-times optic on it, it moves it from the actual line of sight. What I mean by that, if you're looking at a guy down the map, you move left and right, you could be shooting at the target, but it won't register some of your bullets. So I recommend you run the reflex sight, and do not run the dot, just run the default reflex sight, because it makes the hitbox a little bit bigger, so you can get these little cheeky little headshots with the FG42. It's gonna be nerve-wracking, but you guys got to get used to it. You guys got to get used to it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the little tips and tricks video. Let me know if you guys want one for submachine guns as well. Now, don't get me wrong, Call of Duty World War II supposed to receive a massive update sometimes next week, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but basically we're getting Domination XL. Domination XL is coming, and what it means is that Domination is going to be 100 points per kill. Sledgehammer Games is actually testing this out to see what the community likes. So hopefully the feedback is very good. I hope it is, because I like Domination at 100 points per kill. Because 50, you know, 50, I would rather it be at 75. If not at 100, at least at 75. Because anything is better than 50. But that's just my opinion. My opinion never matters. No one would care. So it's been your boy Wavy Vibes. Thank you guys for all the support. Sorry about my, absence. Hopefully this little tips and trick video helped you guys out. And I'll catch you guys on the next gameplay video. Peace.
Quite surprised, just one look into you.